We are live. It's actually pretty good. I am going to have to go on my villain arc now. Aye, aye, Captain!
Inconspicuous size and to test Lima's questionable loyalty. Hard to say if she passed that test. She was strung out on fire moss at the wrecks and did nothing at all to help as you were attacked by large, arcana hating crustaceans known as scuttlers. But Lima begrudgingly explained to Ayla that she had ran off before the initial voyage to intercept the Lady Cypress because Tin never gave the go ahead that she was told to wait for. Kingmain still wanted her to go, but she felt off about the whole thing and bailed to go get a little high, or a lot, who knows. While deep in the caves of Cape Salado to retrieve that ship, though, Lima's ship, Dakar's patron paid a visit, demanding an offering, which was received. And then finally, you all got into Lima's sloop called the Heirloom. After a quick stop to supply, you set off to sea with Ayla as captain, despite Malfasani's perpetual grumbling. Once you got on the water, Erikar noticed that Laszlo's mechanical Oyo seemed to be following your voyage, and later that night, Dakar was visited yet again by his patron, who now expressed an interest in Malfasani, of all things, indicating that what Dakar had offered previously may not have been enough. And then lastly, early the following morning, the Swollen Goat, Gobadai's ship, was spotted trailing you on the horizon and slowly gaining on your position as the day went on. And he continues to do so until Gobadai finally sent that same Zolta, Hachiyatel Zolta, with an offer. Lead him to the Colonnade treasure ship, and he'll be so kind as to forgive you all for the death of his bosun, Hacha. So it is now late in the afternoon. You are all on track to reach your destination by first light tomorrow. But the Swollen Goat has just been creeping closer and closer. It's not much more than a mile out now, still gaining, and you can make out a few people walking around on the decks, still without much detail from this distance. But Ayla, you are, after all, the captain of this expedition. There has been much debate, much discussion. But what's the plan? What are you all up to?
Um, The updated plan is Ayla is going to go speak with Malfi. Where is he at? What is Malfi doing currently?
He is in the bird's nest, brooding, as one does.
Egg?
No.
She would approach the bird's nest and she would knock on the post, look up, and call out to him to get his attention. And she would say, Bluebird, are you up there?
Yes, but I can't quite hear you. Can you come up?
She would shake her head a little bit, but she would climb up to meet you.
As soon as you pop your head up to the crow's nest, he's just going to say, you should have mentioned you wanted to talk. I'll meet you below, and fly off and fitter down to the bottom of the deck.
She would roll her eyes and she would roll her eyes and make the climb back down, telling him to stay where he is because she's not going to chase after him again. And as soon as she got down to him, she would make eye contact and just look around, make sure that there was no suspicious bird in the area, other than him, of course. And she would just quietly ask, "You said you could go invisible, right?"
Yes, for a certain period of time. Not for long, obviously, but enough to get whatever you needed to done. I've been watching the other ship for some time. I have not seen any other bird come our way.
Right, and then you've noticed it getting closer and closer then. Do you think you could find a way to slow them down?
Yes, I can sever their sails. That obviously depends on, or at least the duration of the delay depends on how quickly they can get them back up. But I can certainly put some holes in their means of progress.
Right, if you do that...
Is there a plan to attack them?
Hopefully not quite on the open water, but yes.
Rolls his eyes and clicks his tongue. Yes. Do we intend to attack them at some point in the near future?
Well, I don't particularly see a way around it, so yes.
Excellent. Then I will do what you want.
Right. Then once they're close enough and you can go undetected, please take care of the sails, and we'll take care of the rest. We'll just need you to fight once you return.
Well, if any of you are capable of producing a distraction, such as a firing cannon or a serendipitously a lit minotaur who happens to be immolating himself for one reason or another, may have been smoking while drinking, you know how it goes, then I would much appreciate it. Let me know when to go, since you are the captain and all. I'll give a very elegant bow.
She would nod her head in thanks, and she would go find the rest of the crew and kind of gather them all together and ask, right, so the plan is we're going to slow them down. And then Dakar, you had your plan, right? To basically strand them without water.
Spike is swapped to a healer
hopefully
just
be a
so he
bit
has
more
rest
than
reference again.
just stranding them without water. Hopefully dashing them upon the rocks underneath the waves.
Well, yes. Right, so we're going to do that. But in order to make that happen, we need a little bit of a distraction. Does anybody have any ideas?
Like an explosion?
An explosion would work, yeah.
I could make a bomb.
Do you think that we could aim it at Gobadai?
Maybe we could sneakily put it in the water. And then when they float over it, they'll hit it and mix some chemicals and make a big explosion.
That sounds like an excellent plan.
Yeah, I've never had permission to make a bomb before.
Could I add that you make it a bit smoky?
I can try.
Do some damage and blind them from what else is happening.
So are we waiting until they're over the really rocky part? Or are we just going to attack them?
Well, the goal is to get them over the rocky part. And to put a little bit of distance between us and them in case they do make it past it. So maybe right before they get to it.
I don't believe we'll be hitting the rocky part until almost morning.
Oh, that's plenty of time.
Right then, so you make your explosive. Malfi is going to get their sails, and the rest of us need to get ready to fight.
Okay, that's wonderful. I'm very sorry. I'm hogging the rest of the drinks for the night.
Do whatever you need to.
Does this mean we won't have any rum for tonight?
He's not touching mine.
If we can pull this off, I will buy everybody the finest rum I can find.
Well then, I believe we should start getting ready
fire.
to welcome
Where-
our friends to the shore
Where do I
of
go with
Takal.
fire?
Right, so what do you need from me, Bright Eyes or Jakar, since both of you are going to be playing major parts in this at the moment?
I would not say no to a kiss for good luck.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh.
Ayla would roll her eyes and playfully blow a kiss at him before turning away and facing Erikar and Vincent and asking both of them, do you need anything from me?
Nope. I'll just get the cannons loaded and make sure we're still on course.
Oh, speaking of, you don't need the black powder for anything, do you?
Probably for the cannons.
But I want to make a bomb!
Perhaps
Do
Vincent
we have
can
enough for
arrange.
both?
Do you need all of it?
I mean, I could really blow them up.
We have to decide.
It's
Do we
not
use all of it for
wise.
maximum yield or portion it?
It's not wise to put all of our eggs in one basket.
I
If the bomb
agree.
fails, then we're stuck without any cannons.
Not to mention, we also have the colonnade ship that we're rendezvousing with.
Okay.
What can you do with a quarter of that amount?
Well, let's see. He starts counting on his fingers. I mean, I can make a really nice hole on the bottom of it if they, they float over it. Oh. Hi, Bird. How much can you carry while flying?
Why do you want me to do your menial labor for you?
You don't want to bomb them?
Why would I put my hands on a bomb? Aren't bombs supposed to be thrown? Or at least projected through some type of cannon?
I mean, if you shoot it, it's just going to explode in the cannon.
For you to solve. What do you want me to carry?
A
Are
bomb?
you telling me you're such a bad inventor that you can create a bomb, but you can't make a cannon to shoot it? And okay, continue on with your original thought.
I was just wondering if you could, maybe
Do
carry
your
a
work for you? Yes.
bomb over to the other ship and drop it on them.
Sure.
Okay, how much can you carry? Can you carry like
Let me
50
check
pounds?
my carry weight. See, no, the issue I'm experiencing is
You have a
his-
strength score
oh,
of 2.
10 actually.
About an average person, I'd say.
I'll workshop it.
Look at the carrying capacity. 150 pounds.
You know what? I'm gonna do what I do best and not worry about it. So I'm gonna go and make a bomb and a way for it to be delivered to the bad pirate ship will just appear.
So this sounds like a plan coming together to clarify some details. Where do you intend to be at when you activate this plan? How close to the Sima Mountains are you intending to get?
Wherever it's the rockiest
Ideally,
waters.
ideally, like if it's in rocky territory and we put something in the water and they won't be able to avoid it.
Gotcha. So you can get fairly close to where Ayla knows the Lady Cypress to have last been headed. It'll involve skirting along the shore, or at least close to it, of Tikal for some time to find a rocky area. And as Erikar mentioned, that will be closer to morning. So as the sun begins to come up, between now and then, it sounds like Bright Eyes has some preparations to do.
Yes.
You have maybe 12 hours of time left until then, if there's anything else pressing you would like to do in the meanwhile.
Yeah,
once the meeting is broken up, Dakar is going to jump up towards the crow's nest, probably finding Malfi back up in his roost, I imagine.
Sure.
Yes.
But I'm assuming
So,
everybody
Malfi,
has it.
you said you spoke to an old friend on the Swollen Goat.
Long
If you, yes, I did. Yes. Why do you ask?
Ilana's doing
Are
nightmare
they
mode again.
perhaps like you?
In what way? Do you mean my grandeur, physique, my accomplishments?
You're quite
Here's an engagement.
original person, I would say. Your origins.
Yes. One of 7 in Melody's menagerie, as we are called.
Right where Ilana is.
Have you heard of Melody, she of the seas? A tiefling from Anton.
I don't know. Have I, Captain Hammond?
Yes, you have. You can roll a history check if you want to know how familiar you are with her.
Yeah.
As soon as my wireless mouse wants to reconnect to its signal.
We just...
This is annoying.
Let me get
Wireless technology at
Ari
its
up
finest, people.
first.
What's your history bonus?
I'm trying to
Oh,
open
give
my
it-
character
give it
sheet to
a try.
find it.
Create a right to- That's
Well,
not-
if it's purely off of intelligence, it's a -1. Oh, hey, my mouse works.
I was about to click it for you.
A 10.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, Malady is one of 3, Kingmane and Shandy being the other 2, pirate lords of Kirden. You're definitely aware of her. Kingmane's mentioned her. You've avoided her ships before. Beyond that, she's just another pirate. She's not part of the coalition.
One of 3 pirate lords
Persistent
upon the
past.
sea.
Oh, so this
I have
seems
not
like it's a.
had
Is
the
this the
pleasure of
bunny
tingling
face?
with her crews.
You should know that she was one of the most perfect transmuters in all of Anton, and at one point she split her capability of sin into 7 little pieces, of which I am one. Well, in one way or another, we escaped. We wanted our own lives. And I am one. Who I spoke to was another. Our existence guarantees her own, but we are alive because of her. Is that not a conundrum?
It is very interesting,
Yeah.
to say the least. Now, would you say you and your friend, despite some minor details, could be almost twins?
Pyra!
You can see Malfistane smile and kind of laugh. It's a very chicken-like screech.
No, we are very different in many ways. I used to be her AVR. And Memory, the one you speak of, the one I spoke to, was, well, formerly her stuffed animal when she was a child.
A stuffed
Remote.
animal.
Yes,
Chicken?
but she is like you now, like me, alive. I'm not alive. She exists, I live. If you are worried about me caring about her, well, if you do decide to capsize the ship, I'm sure she can walk her way across the seabed until she finds a place to land. She doesn't need to breathe.
Oh, ow.
Interesting.
And I would be afraid of her. I'm not, but you should be. I know your proclivities and your little habits.
No.
Which are
Asking everyone she meets a simple, singular question and gutting them if they get it wrong. It is a yes or no. Ensure that you answer appropriately when the time comes.
if it were to come.
Um,
But thank you. You have slaked my current curiosity. And with that, Dakar's gonna give like a 2-finger salute off of his eyebrow and slide back down the ladder to the main deck.
Fair enough.
Anybody else?
I don't think so for myself.
I'm gonna disappear into the bowels of the ship. No storeroom is safe.
Uh-oh, Vincent.
Oh, well, Vincent will be watching over you.
I'll need
Moment.
one of these and 3 of these. Ooh, small bottles. Yeah. Just pile it all into a messy hoard. Okay. Hi, are you my assistant?
No, I'm here to watch and make sure you don't steal anything.
Where would I steal it to? We're all on a boat. This is like I'm living my best life right now. I got told to make a bomb.
Yes, you did.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a bomb of bombs. Like they want smoke. I can do smoke. I can also do explosives. But what if I had the explosives spread the smoke around? Huh?
You tell me.
You're not. Okay, I know. I understand your type. I'll get to work. By the way, do you have any ball bearings?
Vincent slowly turns its head. Hammond, do we have any ball bearings, actually?
Fuck yeah, we have grape shot.
Grape shot's big and heavy. Ball bearings are more like bullets.
We do have people who use guns. There might be some box of shot somewhere.
Hammond.
How much?
Oh,
Ham on cheese.
Hammond.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
My mic likes to just disconnect sometimes, so I'm neutral. There are definitely some bullets, little steel balls, but definitely a grape shot as well.
Okay, this is nice, but I need something smaller. It's not going to get much distance this way.
Vincent's eyebrows kind of furrow. He sort of squints. He's trying to recall if there is anything smaller.
I mean, true ball bearings, probably not. Nothing smaller than what was brought as far as shot goes for revolvers and the like.
He turns to Bright Eyes, shakes his head. No.
Oh. Okay. Reminder to self. I start knocking the side of my head. Bring ball bearings next time. Okay. That's fine. I'll just take a bunch of bullets. It won't work as well. And I'm going to use the initial propellant is going to be gunpowder. It's going to be an impact fuse on either side. I'm going to surround it with like strung up little bottles full of bullets. And I'm going to be putting as extra propellant alcohol, because it's going to catch fire, and now there's fire and smoke and bullets everywhere.
You're quite smart.
Thank you.
Bright Eyes, could you roll an intelligence check? You can add proficiency. I assume you're proficient in what you are doing.
Tinker's tools, alchemist tools, brewing supplies, thieves' tools.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want it like? I'll just do alchemist. It's all the same. Nat 20.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Bright Eyes, this is a creation that you are very fond of immediately. You know this is you have what you need. You did a little improvising, but you think this is exactly what you desired for it to be, between some concussive blasts as well as fire, and you are confident that there will be a lingering smoke effect as well in this bomb that you have created.
Oh yeah, that's good. Okay, I wouldn't recommend smelling it. Hi, I'm Arakar.
That's funny.
So that's noxious.
Realistic lips appear on screen. That's funny.
Okay, this is great. However, I don't really like touching this, and I don't think anyone wants to touch it. So, maybe we like string it up on a like a rope or like a hammock or something, and we bring it up that way so that it doesn't roll on the ground and explode.
Vincent will go and grab some rope for Bright Eyes.
Oh, okay, thank you. I will bring it up to the deck. Who's around?
Erkar is somewhere drinking.
I'll say Dakar's probably staying up, keeping watch.
Kissing my heroic poses atop the crow's nest.
Hey, look! I made a bomb!
He made a bomb.
Is it a good bomb?
Oh, it's the best ever. I should name it. I don't know what to name it.
Could call it the Bluebird Special, seeing as Malfi's
All
going to be the one
the enemies
delivering
in
it.
here, by the way.
Is it light enough for an Alphasani to carry it?
How much does it
Yes.
weigh?
Yeah. It's
All right.
certainly probably in the realm of 60 pounds.
Okay, that's doable. He's going to flitter down and.
Hi, I made this. Don't press either of these things on the side. That'll make it explode, and I think we'll all die.
Dakar takes a few steps back.
Is there a delay on the explosion?
Nope.
Then how do you suggest that I detonate it?
Drop it.
I see. Right. Vincent, if this explodes on the way here, please cave this goat's skull in.
I make no promises.
Well, you're going to have to make that promise for me to carry it.
I'm not making that promise.
He was actually super proud. I could tell. He watched me.
Well, if he's proud of the bomb and it presumptively explodes, then he shouldn't be proud of it anymore, should he? And then it'll all be great. Right.
I'm going to pick it up and start to fly.
Wait!
Oh.
Yes.
No!
It's not morning yet. It's not morning yet.
We're not doing that yet.
It isn't time.
Oh no!
Should've
Oh no!
explained
Oh no!
that.
Okay, how do we put it down? You have to put it down really carefully. I go to the opposite side of the ship.
Is the Bluebird about to preemptively explode?
Well, it's his problem if we do. And I'm going to very gently set it to the ground.
The car is leaping over the railing of the ship and hanging off the side, just in case.
Erikar has not moved.
Vincent similarly has
He's
not
ready.
moved.
He's accepting it.
He's just sitting right there, still drinking.
Yeah, Vincent has evasion. He can stand where he wants.
Yeah.
The
Monk
car does
shenanigans.
not.
Does it explode, Hammond?
Not with a nat 20.
Excellent. Okay.
It is waiting for its time.
All right.
The fated bomb. This is a bomb of destiny.
Well, wow.
The power of friendship.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Whew, that was close.
Is the bomb on the deck again?
And in the middle.
The car calls from the other side of the railing of the ship.
Okay. Just don't touch it. I'll get rope, and I'll need somewhere to string it up where it doesn't fall down or touch anything at all. Actually,
Really sure there's a place that you could do that. What if we put it in one of the casings for the shot? There is straw and padding in there.
Middle.
yeah, I'll just tie it up somewhere. That's the best idea.
Okay. I think the plan has come together. Beautifully for y'all. Well,
Erikar has preloaded the cannons, some with buckshot and some with normal cannonballs.
great. You have 4 cannons on the heirloom. They are on the top deck, 2 facing port, 2 facing starboard. What would you like to put in what? Are you going to do one ball, 1 grape shot in each?
Yeah, so one cannonball and 1 grape shot on each side.
Excellent. Noted. Okay. In that case, it's a night of smooth sailing. However anxious any of you are for the following morning determines how well you sleep. But for most of you, this is another day on the job. So the night goes by without a hitch, and Malfasani from the bird's nest, first light, appears, and you've been skirting along the coast, probably maybe 2 miles off from the coast of Tikal, close enough to see as these mountains have been growing and growing in the distance. The sun is coming up. Malfasani, if you want to actually make a perception check for me, assuming you are still the one up in the nest.
And all right, this will go very well.
Erikar would probably also be up at this point.
Oh, there we go.
Sure, you. Yes, Erikar, depending on how far ahead you are scouting or what your plan is, if you are perceiving as well. All right. Malfasani, you're the first to see upon first light that there is some miles ahead, still up the coastline, smoke coming up in little chunks of smoke from the distance. But that is what you see upon first light, and the swollen goat is closer than ever behind you.
Oh, how close.
Quarter mile.
Oh, that's more than 60 feet. Damn it.
All right. Interesting. Okay. I'm going to head towards Ayla.
Ayla, Captain.
She would turn towards.
It seems that the city that we are approaching is on fire. Should we enact our plan?
She would look between the mountains, the rocks, and the boat following behind them before turning back to him and nodding and saying, "Yes, I'll let the others know. Be safe."
Right. I am going to.
Hey, by the way,
Yes.
the potion's not good anymore, so I made you
Use
another.
one. Okay. Here we go. I'm gonna cast mage armor on myself, just in case.
Oh, is it bomb time?
Yes.
Ooh. Oh, okay. That's excellent. Don't die.
I don't intend to. And I'm going to pick it up and cast haste on myself. And then zoom up there.
Yar! Shiver their timbers!
What does that mean?
I
Car,
don't,
get in position.
I don't know.
You know
Do
you
you
can swap
do you have an idea of how
jobs,
deep
right?
the water is we're in right now, Hammond, or no?
Yeah, probably about 70, 60 feet.
Okay. So you'll see the car pulling up like a knotted piece of rope
Yeah.
with like a single
That's
piece
a
of
fair assumption.
grape shot tied to the end of it as weight. That was just measuring just the depth below us, and
Well, you can also.
then you'll see him
if this is
climb
like
out onto the
Eureka,
nose of the ship and
You can.
give a
Yeah.
flourishing bow before dropping off the front of the ship into the water.
I think I picked the right team. Hey, Vincent.
What can I do for you?
You can take this potion and drink it before you get into a fight, because
What is
it? It is a potion of exorbitant, high-quality bravery.
Why would I need it?
Just makes you bet. Fine, you don't need it. I'll give it to someone else.
I was asking a question. Are you not going to answer it?
Well, you were making it sound. You always sound so disappointed in me.
I'm not disappointed. I'm asking you why would I need it?
Because it makes you fight better. There's less doubt, more less like time for like second guessing and all that stuff. It makes you better. It's not complicated. Just take the potion. Sorry, I just really want to see an explosion.
Okay, I will take it.
Thank you. Okay.
So in the water, Dakar is going to maintain at least 300 feet away from the swollen goat under the water.
Understood. And Malfasani, are you visible as you fly up to the swollen goat?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm doing so very rapidly.
Understood.
A blue comet.
Blue comet.
Like an intercontinental missile.
You got a torpedo and a fucking Tomahawk cruise missile going after this.
Here's what I'm going to say. Malfasani, you in particular, Dakar's underwater. Why don't you... It's hard to be stealthy in the air. Okay, so I'm going to first make a couple of rolls here.
I was planning on flying like up very high into the clouds, then
Okay.
sort of like doing a
Dive bomber.
dive bomber maneuver, yeah. So that I'll be approaching them directly from above.
That way, even if you die, you will get the bomb off.
All right. You, Malfasani, as you plummet down from the clouds with this bomb in claw, is your goal to time this directly in conjunction with Dakar? Has Dakar made such a plan with you?
How have we made a plan together?
I just know that the plan was talked about in the meeting with Ayla. Dakar's internal thoughts was he was waiting for the bomb to go off before he did his thing.
And the bomb shall go off before Dakar does his thing.
Because a bomb is a bigger signal than what Dakar is doing.
Yeah.
Or maybe not. Who knows?
Excellent. Malfasani, as you plummet down below the cloud line, you make out 10 individuals on the deck of the Swollen Goat. Now, the bomb has a radius of 15 feet. I'll tell you what you see as you rapidly approach it. You're taking in what you can see as you're moving, but Captain Gobadai Swami, a tall golden dragonborn with a golden aviar on his shoulder, is at the back of the boat on at the wheel. You spot Memory still up in the rat's nest. Several swarming crew members all across the deck, and at the very front, looking out at sea, out towards the heirloom where the rest of your crew is Tabaxi. But the bulk of the crew seems to be human or Dwarven or Elvish or half Elvish. Is your goal to hit someone in particular, or as many as possible?
Many as possible would delay them more, but Malfasana really wants to nail Gobadai right in the head.
I would interject and say hit the wheel, then they can't turn.
Do you think Malfasani knows that?
I'm just putting that out there.
I mean, conveniently enough, Gobadai is directly behind the wheel.
Then we're bombing the wheel.
In that location, you could hit at most one crewmate beyond Gobadai with the bomb.
Excellent. I will hit one crewmate beyond Gobadai and the wheel.
Okay. The way I have sent the stats of this bomb to Bright Eyes indicate that it is a saving throw in response. So I'm going to make those for these two. Gobadai fails and succeeds. Could you roll for me, Malfasani? 4d6 piercing and 4d6 fire.
Burr, would you like to roll half of it?
Yes, Bright Eyes is welcome to roll for his bomb as well.
Okay, 4d6.
4d6. All right. Wow. Okay. Wow.
Hey! Twinsies.
That is a statistical anomaly. All right.
You're a statistical anomaly.
Aw.
Now, Malfasani, you drop this bomb spot on. You think it's going to land on Gobadai's head, and you swear as it falls, you see his aviar reflect light that shouldn't have been there. In any case, the bomb drops, and some damage is done. You see the other crewmate hit by this blast, flung overboard off the ship. Whether they're alive or dead is not important. Gobadai has been hit, and smoke fills the air.
I'd like to
In fact,
search for the crow's nest after that.
Oh, of the goat.
Yeah. But continue.
Okay, Gobadai is in a cloud of smoke. But other crewmates start yelling and screaming, and many of them looking around. Perhaps some have seen you, perhaps some have not. They go to start tending the fire, tending Gobadai. There's chaos erupts on the swollen goat. You land in the crow's nest, Dakar.
Part 2.
Yes.
What are you doing?
As soon as I hear the blast, Dakar, well, Malfi, as you're going to land, you would probably see like this dark blue mixed with green starting to appear in the water a few hundred feet in front of the swollen goat as Dakar channels the magic of his pact to cast Control Water. And directly in front of the swollen goat, as it is now moving, as it is still moving forward, a 100-foot channel down is going to start to open as he parts the very sea.
I gotta
For
stay away
100,
so I don't see
100
it.
feet across, 100 feet down.
It's so cool.
Which we were told there is nothing but jagged rocks at the bottom of this little shallow bit of ocean that is only 60 feet deep.
Correct. Malfazani, you have landed in this bird's nest, and you see not too far in front of the swollen goat as the ocean opens up, and this goat is now in an uncorrectable course directly towards this massive trench. What are you doing, Malfazani?
Memory is up there, is she?
She is.
Well, Memory, have you come to a different decision? The sloppy goat's dead, but I don't wish to see a member of the menagerie put into an early grave, I suppose. I can get you off the ship.
As long as Gobadai's alive, I'm afraid I cannot. And the ship goes over the edge.
Can I fly away before that occurs? Or?
You can. Make an Arcana check as you do, in fact.
Excellent, okay. And I'll just roll my eyes and tell Memory,
You're always so stubborn.
and flit away. Arcana. Well,
Oh.
So there's some chaos here, Malfazani. You don't get a good glimpse at what happens. Dakar, are you still submerged, or have you popped up to see the effects of your spell?
Oh no, I'm still at the bottom of the ocean, controlling the spell.
Okay, Malfazani, you see it in a flash as you fly away. Dakar, you see it through a film through the ocean as you see the trench some 300 feet in front of you as the ship plummets into it. Nose first down into this pit. Malfazani, you hear some screams, some increased shouts from the decks. And the ship falls. The ship is some 70, 80 feet tall. The water here is, as mentioned, about 60 feet deep. And this boat falls 20, maybe 30 feet. And you hear a splash, Malfazani. More screams, but never a crunch.
From where I'm in the sea, can I...
Jess just got here.
And my connection to my own spell.
Jess.
Can I see the ship, like, at all in the trench?
Roll a perception check. Yes, you can, but this is for the details.
The exact
18.
same thing that you were gonna do.
Yeah, you are used to looking underwater, Dakar. What you see is a ledge of water jut out around halfway down the trench, a platform, if you will, of water that has been controlled in return to create a pad for the ship to land on. You see crew fall off the deck of the ship as it plummeted nose first. There's some splintered boards. There's clearly some damage to the swollen goat, but the ship itself has not been dashed. It is floating on water of its own.
Okay. Maintaining control of the spell, because it is concentration, I am going to shift the power from a trench, transforming one of the walls into a tidal wave to crash down to the on top of the ship. That is using flood, which if you choose an area that is in a large body of water, you instead create a 20-foot tall wave that travels from one side of the area to the other. So in this sense, it's coming down the trench as the trench slowly refills back up.
Excellent. Does that fill in the trench as well? Is it one at a time of these effects?
So once water is once the trench remains until the spell ends or you choose a different effect, the water then slowly fills in the trench over the course of the next round until normal water level is restored. So
which is comedic wording because millions of gallons of water moving in 6 seconds is not slowly by any means, but
yes, but in the middle of that 6 seconds of it refilling comes the flooded tidal wave to come down onto it.
Excellent. Yeah.
You stop for something or not? That's.
I don't.
Okay.
I don't see any effect of what the flood would do in the tidal wave. It just says it creates a 20-foot tall wave, or up to a 20-foot tall wave. I imagine this looks a lot bigger since it's coming down on them. And then it just says any huge or smaller vessel struck by the wave has a 25% chance of capsizing. This would be one of those DM things of like, how are the crew handling having a wave crash on top of their ship?
Yeah, that in conjunction with the chasm filling in again, the trench filling in again, definitely is distressing for the goat, to say the least. I will just play it narratively since the spell doesn't really get into this as a consideration. But ultimately what happens, the swollen goat is not capsized, but it's sitting significantly lower. It seems to have taken on a detrimental amount of water. Who knows how far up into the ship water has taken on, and the 10 or more crew members that were previously on the deck have been reduced. Well, you can't quite see from the water, Dakar, but you see many bodies or at least suffocating, tossed individuals in the water as the goat kind of drunkenly resurfaces in much worse shape than it was in when it went under. There's some splintered masts as well as the amount of water that it's taken on.
Okay. So I do have, again, the spell is for 10 minutes. So I can continuously change each of those effects every 6 seconds if I wish to.
Where are you?
And what's your goal there?
If it's still not broken, I'm gonna keep opening the trench and then slamming a wave down onto it.
Oh my god.
Basically the ocean just attempting to swallow and smash the ship into the ground. Over the course of 10 minutes.
So the trench begins to open again. And as you saw, it seems someone on the vessel itself is controlling water as well. This is clearly a hazard at sea. I'm sure you've capsized ships before using these methods, Dakar, but any ship worth its spit has countermeasures to nautical arcana, and this vessel seems to have someone with similar capabilities to yourself aboard, who has, using redirect flow, created a bit of a platform above the surface of the ocean itself where the goat is sitting. So the trench opens again, but there's enough water flowing in to keep the boat afloat, and the wave crashes down again, and yeah, more water gets on the goat, but the ship itself is not dashed, nor is it capsized. There are countermeasures in place.
Okay. Well, unless I guess Malfi's still hanging around and sees anything from his aerial vantage. Yeah, I'll give Malfi a chance to do something else if he wants to.
And one.
I think he's going to let this one play out. He's going to settle back on our ship.
Okay. Hmm.
No, I can't see them anymore. I see smoke, but I can't see the boat. I'm sorry, the ship.
Aye. I am
Alright,
here.
so
Where's Zard?
maintaining concentration on the water or control water.
Well,
Can
you can go from
I want
one
to try to
shard
swim
to
close
the other
enough
shard, you know.
to maybe see some of the crew now that the ship is sitting a bit lower in the water, and try to see if I can't, without surfacing, try to see if I can't pick out who the ship mage is.
From the water's point of view, I'm not sure if you'd be able to see on deck.
I'm just like, if somebody's like up on like looking over the railing to keep an eye on the water itself, if they're like on the nose of the ship doing that sort of thing, just checking like the sort of peripheries of the deck from under the water.
Go make one more perception check.
Eesh.
Yeah, with the ship itself being kind of lifted above typical sea level, it's hard to get advantage. Yes, the ship itself is sitting low due to the amount of water it's taken on, but with this control water spell that is countering your own, the ship is above surface, above the point where you could really see. You don't see any eyes peeking over the edge.
All right, then from this point on, unless something else changes, I'm going to use the flood to create that wave. Since the ship seems to be drifting without control, to try to push it closer and closer to the shore, to at least maybe beach it. While also, you know, hitting their gun decks with more and more water.
Okay, yeah, there's. I mean, you push the ship off track. The ship is large enough not to be significantly altered by the flood, beyond being an extreme nuisance. The ship is pushed off course. What is the heirloom doing? Are you full speed ahead, or has the heirloom kind of slowed, or has it turned to broadside, or what's the rest of the crew's strategy here?
Given that they were trying to put in distance between them, I would say full speed ahead.
I'm shouting over the side, "Yar! I'll make you walk the plank!"
Don't. Just don't.
So finally, as the swollen goat has been pushed towards land, has taken on water, it seems to be sailing kind of crooked. It doesn't seem to be level anymore at this point. And the heirloom, catching as many headwinds as it can towards its destination, that point of smoke off there on the land, up in the distance. Some time goes by. Draxus, by the time, or Dakar, forgive me, you drop this spell, the sails of the goat, you could see, gorge themselves once again, not unlike they had before. Slower than it was previously, and then more. Sails that remain are filled with wind, as clearly a deck mage has done so, as the goat begins its creep towards the heirloom again, gaining speed rapidly. But you're approaching the destination now. The goat seems unwell, significantly damaged, but by brute force is still pursuing.
3 million gold pieces buys a lot of boats.
I will have the
Return.
find a spot on the underside of the hull of the swollen goat and hitch a ride.
Excellent. Dakar, as a barnacle, how close are you getting to this to the heirloom crew? this point, this destination Ayla has set a course for before you let the goat catch up?
Well, since Control Water has ran its full 10-minute course, and the ship is just speeding up and speeding up, as you say.
You didn't get the first one with us, yeah.
I'm not entirely sure. Just gonna hang on.
Okay, where are we
Basically
going?
keeping an eye on the wake of the heirloom in the distance ahead of the swollen goat from under the water.
Okay.
And just do my best
So
to
we're going to the pot?
judge how fast the swollen goat is
Oh
catching
yeah,
up
it's a 90%.
and
yeah,
how
it's done.
far the heirloom is. You know, using years of nautical
There's still this
experience.
fake that-
But as far as how close I'm gonna let it get, there's since
you got a
parting the
next
sea
quest?
didn't really sink the damn thing.
Mine is red.
And the bomb didn't seem to do any extensive damage to stop it. Then, the car doesn't really have a plan at the moment.
What?
I think trying to sink a big climactic fight like that all at once was narratively a little bit off the table.
I had to try. It's worked before.
I allowed this fight to get much easier than it could have been, as the goat, and I do appreciate all of the ingenuity. As the goat finally pulls up, catches speed, and the wind drops from its sails as it matches the heirloom's own pace. And yes, the long-awaited fight. I will turn the map over. A deck that once had 10 tokens on it has 4 now, for the record, and we'll move there.
Ah, so they are catching up. A battle at sea! Yar! Oh, look at this little teeny tiny boat we're in. Oh no.
Go ahead and place your tokens aboard the heirloom. Erikar, I have placed the cannonball in the front cannon and the shot in the back one.
Wonderful.
Spelled Gobadai's name so incorrectly.
That is Gobadai. Gobadai Swami.
The car in the water up here.
The car in the water. Moist.
Oh, that is an enormously fluffy cat.
Fluffy critter.
Oh, the Tidewalker?
So you two just had, like, the most ingenious form of magical duel.
We were playing 4D chess with the
Fast
water.
and present.
Who won?
It was a draw.
It was a draw.
Ah, yeah, the music.
Ayla, be here.
Don't forget your potions.
Mine is rotten. Roll
I'm
initiative.
missing a.
Let's say roll initiative, and also what potions? Which potions?
Shoot. That's right. Vincent is the only one that has a potion.
It starts, Hammond. The drunk bull always go first.
With a +5 to my initiative, and I'm still rolling low.
That's how I am with Chain in fucking SGL. I have such a high plus to initiative, and I'm always going last. Then I'm over
Look
here
at
with
this.
this fat drunk bull always going first.
We got Vincent,
Dra-
Picard, Ayla, all with
It might
+5,
have
and we
been
all,
different
other than
ones, but I
Vince.
don't have the right
Look,
one.
someone else has +5. Okay, it's all right.
Dakar, you just had 100 turns of control water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The bottom
How's
one.
the show, by the way? Did you enjoy watching the fucking waves just crash over the
I
ship
couldn't
over and
see
over?
them because I dipped down, and then
Well,
Did
not
you
after the
only
not
have
after
the
like the
third
first like
one,
couple
the
of
fifth
like the
one,
first
and
12 seconds or so.
then the eighth.
What potion does Vincent have?
a potion of bliss.
Mm.
Oh.
Which also stacks with normal bliss.
That I don't
Hammond,
like.
do you want me to make a preemptive stealth check or something, or is it perfectly like the car's just under the water hanging onto the ship still?
How do you find survey
Unseen,
points?
unknown.
You got
Hammond, your mic disconnected again if you're trying to talk.
Rip.
I'm back now?
Yeah.
Welcome
Yes.
back.
That's obnoxious. Yeah, go ahead and make a stealth check.
Yee.
Okay. We will begin after I run to the bathroom, so you ready?
Woo! 5-minute snack break.
5-minute break.
What?
Everyone go ahead.
5-minute break.
Yeah, we'll
Okay.
call it 3 minutes in consideration of Fell's departure.
3-minute break.
All right.
I'll make it speedy.
This song is the reason this campaign exists, for the record.
Wonderful. We love it.
My little dudes rolled crazy initiative, by the way.
I'm seeing it. It's wow. How dare they, frankly?
Back.
Welcome
Welcome
back.
back.
Dakar, I do hope you didn't expect me to delete an entire encounter with a 4th level spell.
I was curious of how you were going to counter it. And it was enjoyable.
I'm glad you gave me some warning last time, because Reddit was necessary for an encounter.
Oh, like,
I'm like,
counter
goodness
control
gracious.
water with control water.
Yeah. A lot of people were like, just have arcane enchantments around the ship to negate spells, because why wouldn't they have that at sea? And I'm like, yeah, but that's really lame.
That's just like, yeah, your idea
Yeah,
doesn't work
that
just
happens.
because. Fuck you, that's
I
why.
said no. Yeah. No, but honestly, between what you did and the bomb, this is a smaller encounter than was scheduled.
We love to see it. And by we, I mean me.
Hello, I am hygienically late.
Hygienically.
What is that supposed to mean?
He's late but clean.
Yes.
Time spent washing hands is always time spent well.
Also, why
Okay.
are all they rolling fucking high on their initiative? Get them out of here.
Yeah, I heard something about my little dudes. I'm sorry, we're your little dudes.
Oh, my stinky little dudes.
Maybe not that. I said I'm
Erikar
hygienic.
is not. Erikar is stinky, but he's not Lil.
Not even close.
He acts like a
doesn't
little
do
guy.
that in raid.
I feel like this is it... Let's see.
What? Finish this thought.
Would you like the rest of your sentence in a to-go box?
You have to package it yourself, though.
So, which of these cannons has ball, and which of these cannons has grape?
The net is the grape shot. The bomb is the cannon. The front one is the cannon.
It
Ever
shoots
seen
grapes at you.
during
Shoots
an
grapes
Odin
at
fight?
Grapes.
If you gave grape soda to a small Victorian child, they would immediately disintegrate.
I have never tried it.
Interesting.
More
Anyway,
things we have
on
to
to
test.
D&D, since we have half an hour of fell remaining.
Oh,
Yes,
Uh,
let's go.
With yet another revelation in the Fell Laboratory, we will hop to combat.
hold on.
Damn it,
I'm on my
Fenton.
way.
This deckhand of sorts is up first, and he's going to immediately upon getting close enough to your ship, and the swollen goat matches pace with the heirloom. He's going to kick down some boards that have been set up here and figure out how to draw things.
I forget how to draw too sometimes.
Understandable.
It's a real struggle.
He's going to kick down two of these boards, and he's going to start making his way across onto the heirloom, and that will be his turn. And we'll move to Aladon. Who's going to position himself here, pull a cannonball out of a crate nearby, and he's going to cast a catapult as he flings it towards the little bright-eyed satyr to his south.
Whoa!
Let's see how catapult works. Yeah, go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw, Bright Eyes.
Catapult works like this.
Thank you.
10.
It's not a save.
No, it's not.
Okay, so this cannonball comes hurtling towards you, Bright Eyes, for 16 bludgeoning damage. Hits you right in the gut.
Wait, does a cannonball weigh less than 5 pounds?
Yes, this is another thing I Googled in advance. They certainly oftentimes do.
Oh, okay.
So 16?
Yes, 16 damage. Aladin, I should note, is not touching the ground. He's hovering about a foot off of the ground, this tabaxi. I'll send images of all of them as Erikar is up next. He's actually going to not cross, but move back a little bit.
Okay. Well, Erikar's just gonna go for the big boy over there. He doesn't need to be on their fucking ship. Bonus action, going to cast Hunter's Mark. Hate that it rolls damage when I don't want it to, but I mean I'll take the 6. But and then I'm gonna go for his two revolver attacks. 15 and a 13 on Gobadai.
That's on Gobadai. Unfortunately, neither will hit.
Rip. Well, then he's going to do his. Nah, I'll say that later. That's Erikar's turn.
Okay. On to Vincent then.
Vincent looks at this, our little intruder, revolver. He pulls it out. No flare or anything, just points and aims. At this one here. I'm assuming that misses.
It does, unfortunately.
Okay. Again.
That will hit, on the other hand.
Okay.
Golly.
Youch.
And as a bonus action, Vincent will consume the potion that he was given from Bright Eyes. Just immediately chugging it down with a little bit more skill than anyone would expect.
Drunker in the previous life.
Skill.
Yes.
That I don't have,
practice.
so.
Yeah.
You see, Erikar, this is your future.
This human kicks down some boards and dashes across a plank here onto your vessel and is immediately shot in the shoulder. He kind of recoils as he grabs this bleeding wound.
Don't you get extra attack?
That was my extra one because I previously rolled and failed to hit.
He's a monk. He can attack like 8 times.
Yeah, and I used my bonus action to consume the consumable. So
fair.
Memory is next, and she's going to climb down from the crow's nest onto the deck and shoot an eldritch blast at you, Vincent.
Ooh.
Warlock. I wonder if all of the menagerie are magically focused classes.
Not all.
So
Well, you hope you don't want to meet that is not magical at all.
True.
But the opposite, actually.
Vincent does a, let's see here, 17 hit.
Well, let me check. No, it does not.
Okay, yeah, she casts one Eldritch Blast and she misses. She has in her hand kind of a ethereal longsword, but she frowns as this misses and points the longsword at you, and you feel kind of a nausea wash over you, Vincent, as something is placed upon you, but that is Memory's turn. We'll go to Bright Eyes.
Ow! Okay. Okay, I got this. I press a few buttons on my alchemical extruder device, and chemicals mix together, and it starts glowing out the barrel, and point it up like a mortar, and whoosh, a big fireball comes, and I will completely miss Aladdin with my initial flaming sphere, but the sphere will seemingly of its own accord jump at Aladdin and smack into them. I'm going to cast Flaming Sphere.
Excellent. Is that
So,
a
dex
dexterity save? Gotcha.
I guess I will make a
It's
circle.
14 to save.
It does not, so they take 10 fire damage.
Okay.
There's a circle of fire there.
Yeah, he seems a little surprised that this collides with him. He kind of like flashes up a hand as it's coming towards him, and you see the sphere redirect itself just a little bit, but not enough to avoid clipping him, and he takes some fire damage.
I hide.
Excellent. Then to Ayla.
Okay. Ayla is going to move all 30 feet. Oop, nope, that's 35. All 30 feet right here. And she is going to hit him with her scimitar. Let me see which flourish.
Hi, Dakar. Nice circle.
I draw these sometimes.
You don't have to broadcast it to me, but thanks.
Wait, I can choose not to broadcast it to you?
Mm-hmm.
How? There's a toggle
Maybe
for
that's
broadcast
just
to others.
Yes, Ayla.
She is going to do defensive flourish, which is going to deal extra damage, and the damage will equal the number I roll on the Bardic Inspiration die. I also add the number rolled to my AC until the start of my next turn. So I hit twice with the scimitar regularly, and then I guess one more with the defensive flourish, right? Or no? No, that's just
That
extra
is
damage.
no, that's correct.
Okay.
You can hit up to. Are the flourishes bonus actions? I'm actually not sure.
Whenever I take the attack action on my turn, my walking speed increases by 10 feet, and if a weapon attack that you make as part of this action hits a creature, then the blade flourish options become reality.
Gotcha. So that's it's a free feature. You can. I know you have your action, you have your second action, and if you wish to use your bonus action for your offhand, you can attack up to 3 times and the flourish as well.
That is what I will be doing, yes. So, oops. The first one is 12, which I don't expect to hit.
Don't forget your
No.
+4 from your bless.
Don't forget my
Potion.
what?
Didn't you have the bless potion?
Nope.
No, that wore off.
I got a bagels.
So
bagels.
that's 18.
The 18 will hit.
Okay, and that is going to be 5. But then what is it? I add.
Is it a bardic die?
Oh yes.
So
And
that'll
that's a
be
D4
another
or D8.
D8.
So that hit for 8 total. And then for my last one, does a 15 hit?
Yes, indeed.
Remarkable. And that also hits for 8.
Roy is looking like he wishes he didn't come over here.
The one person left to actually cross over.
Is that it, Ayla?
Yes, that is her turn.
Then to Dakar.
All right. So water cutlass in between his teeth. Dakar is going to climb up the side of the ship. How much movement is that going to use?
We'll say 15 feet.
15. Okay. So getting up on the side of the ship, he's going to take a quick look around, and then take the cutlass out of his mouth, and with his offhand,
There's a lot of high-level shit everywhere. Just
in this direction. Come be dragged down to the abyss of the sea, as he casts Hunger of Hadar. So this is at 4th level.
there has to be a reason for the glowing
and
carrot
he's got
to
a range of 100
exist.
feet with a 20-foot sphere. Which he is going to put directly over Mr. Gobadai over here, casting him into a sphere of darkness with a bunch of unseeable
Also,
tentacles.
we have
smacking
plenty
the
of
shit out
square arenas.
Fucking squid!
He
Fucking up my shot!
It's also difficult terrain, so his movement speed is halved. Let's see. Starts its turn in the area, takes
Yep.
6 cold damage.
I'm not gonna. Don't
Okay.
attack
So
it.
it
You're
doesn't
gonna
take-
get
it doesn't take
aggro
any
on
damage
it.
till the
It's
start
gonna
of the
kill
turn.
you. I'm not healing you.
And then that was 15 feet. I'm gonna move another 5 feet here, and then bonus action, bring on the tentacle to beat on this this water mage here that fucked up my original plan. So if I
I'll
could have
raise
my
you when you
tentacle
die.
token, please.
Sure.
The thing
Excellent.
is that
Alright,
if I
so
healed you and you
upon summoning,
died,
it
I
can
would have
make an
immediately
attack,
died.
So Tentacle of the Deep. For 25 to hit.
Heh.
Yeah, that'll hit Aladdin.
Alright. So for 7 points of cold, and his movement speed is reduced by 10 feet.
Okay.
I hope you had fun with our little game of water splash.
That was you then.
Indeed. And Dakar gives him like a little bow of the head and taps his water cutlass to his forehead before getting back into a ready stance.
He returns the bow, a little head nod.
Let us see who the sea favors most.
They hit me with a cannonball!
The
Is that
cannons
it,
are
Dakar?
fitted. How did you throw a cannonball?
They're not actually that heavy.
Oh, you gotta go. You don't have to sprint, but you gotta go.
You don't have to sprint. You do gotta
Sorry.
go. Speaking of sprinting, if you're done, Dakar, first Gobadai will
Yes.
take this damage, presumably. That's 2d6 acid or cold?
What?
Let's see.
Cold.
Yeah. Let's see. What level do you get? Hunger for that again? So it does get the increased
Oh,
damage because
cool.
it's a 3rd level spell being cast at
A bleed.
4th level.
Gotcha.
So it does get an additional 1d6 of cold for starting his turn.
Three.
Okay, so 3d6. For 7 points
And
of cold
then
7 cold. Okay. That brings us to, that's Gobadai's turn proper. Suddenly surrounded by these, well, as the spell says, slurping
yeah, boss ravens
No
are
slurping.
tentacles. Gobadai,
people.
familiar with his ship, though, is going to dash to get out of here. He's going to just move as far down to ship as he can. I guess his movement is halved, so Let me make sure he didn't go too far. Yep, he's good. Right there, he will stop. And that is... Well, that's all he can do. So we'll go to Malfasani.
Seeing him stumble out of the Hunger of Hadar, I am going to cast another haste on myself, immediately start blade singing, and dash right around, ensuring I don't get an attack opportunity from memory right here. Well, not dash, but walk.
On the
Fly.
res.
Casually.
Fly, actually. Let me see. It's going to be a haste on myself. I'm going to take my singular hasted attack to attack Gobadai right with the rapier. Let me see. Centered attack, no green flame blade or anything fancy. D2.
Whoa.
Damn.
A 22. It's a solid hit, Malfasani. But once again, you see that glint from his Fortuna, an AVR perched on his shoulder, and this perfectly placed hit misses.
Ah, interesting. All right. Cool. That is my turn.
Gobadai, in reply, is going to take a legendary action as he
Oh, wow.
brandishes his cutlass towards you, Malfasani. Does a 29 hit?
I'm going to cast Shield, and it does not.
Beautiful. All right.
Damn it.
I'll get you one of these days, Birdie.
And your little dog, too.
Suddenly, from below deck, there is a crack, and a cannonball comes hurtling towards you, Erikar. From this cannon here.
Can't believe Eric Carr got crit and killed in one hit.
Let me pull up my own cannon rules here. It does
You gotta
not
roll a
misfire.
D10.
Correct. Oh my god. Erikar, I rolled a 5.
Fuck yeah.
That's a straight on hit with my first
Oh no!
cannon shot.
Now you have to hit my AC though.
Does this one say I can
it's
fix
a
them?
cannon.
It says right there, it has to be plus 10 to hit.
Oh, true.
You're right. It's a 19.
Yeah, that hits.
God dang it.
Gosh, here I am thinking I wrote these rules thinking I'd never actually hit them, and now I'm regretting the rules I wrote. But
Even if it's a 1 in 20 chance, the fact that there is a chance is inviting disaster. But you know what? We can always be pirates in the afterlife. Ghost pirate crew.
Oh, while Hammond's thinking that out, Hunger of Hadar is a sphere, but it doesn't say it's stopped by any barriers. Does that mean it's also down in the deck too? Like on the second deck below?
Wait.
Did you get that, or did my mic have a good time?
Your
Yeah, it's partying.
Awesome. Great. Yes, the sphere is on the decks below. Erikar, 34 damage as you are kind of mercifully hit with a cannonball.
Mercifully.
That's about as good as it could have been.
So tomorrow you're going to be entirely purple.
I'm still standing, bitch.
And let's see what else we got here. One more cannon goes off. This time it's grape shot coming from this cannon here.
I think the safest place is the other ship.
How do I make a triangle?
You go to the measure thing, and in shape, go to the drop down and do cone.
Man.
Your mic cut out.
Oh
That's
no, not Erikar.
It'll go this way. It'll hit Ericart and Vincent, both in that furthest reaches of the grape shot. So,
Are you sure about that?
yes, honestly, I am. So that's a dex save from both of you.
Wait, you rolled another 5?
Did you say mimic?
Oh wait,
This
well
is
I got to
grape
roll.
shot.
This is grape shot. I do got to roll to misfire, which it does not. Neither of you save with the DC 16 dex save, but you are in the farthest zone, so this will just be 1d10 damage.
I do believe I take half of that regardless.
5, so 2 damage to Vincent and 5 to Ericart.
Monk dodge a cannon.
I'm still standing.
Okay.
I'm still standing.
We are back to Roy. Everyone's favorite little guy.
Is his last name Mustang?
I don't get the joke, so I'm going to attack Ayla with a cutlass. He's going to attack you twice, Ayla. First is a 21 to hit. Second is a 14 to hit.
Okay. Okay, let me scroll back up and see what. I have a 19 armor class for the time being, so I think both of them hit, if I remember correctly.
No, just the, what did I say on the second roll? The second one. I believe the first hit and the second miss.
Okay.
I'm going to listen to this recording and kick myself, but that'll be 9 slashing damage.
Okay.
And back to Aladdin, this time with Dakar directly behind him.
A flaming
No,
spear and a tentacle.
'cause I
I'll walk
just-
into a bar.
Yes, it is a party around him. Okay. Is the flaming spear, does it have health of its own? Is it a creature?
No.
No, interesting.
No, it's not it's more like the spiritual weapon thing that clerics have.
Okay, that is fine.
It is just a mushy, spongy ball that it happens to be on fire.
Okay. Does the tentacle count as a creature?
The tentacle is technically ethereal and cannot be targeted and has no HP of its own.
Wild. I'm gonna do it anyways. That's, a little cyclone kind of starts to spawn from underneath Aladdin's feet. Go ahead and make a strength saving throw.
Ooh.
What is
No, I'm
this?
feeling lucky.
What is
never mind.
this?
Because that already double rolled.
I mean, I wouldn't. I would say you could roll again if you're using luck because the double roll was not with that declared beforehand.
All right.
This is
Not
just
any better.
Excellent.
The car was not lucky. Luck betrayed him.
So you take 15 bludgeoning damage as things start to just kick up around the deck. A little cyclone whips up around Aladdin, and you yourself are thrown in a random direction, which I will roll for.
How much damage did you say?
Gosh, I gotta remember my numbers after saying them. Did anyone catch it?
12.
12.
Okay.
Thank you,
Then
Right out.
as
Just a random
reaction,
box.
Guardian Coil activate to reduce that by 4.
Okay. Well, Dakar, you are thrown at 11 o'clock, 20 feet.
Back into the ocean with you.
Back into the sea from whence you came.
Alright. And let me make my concentration save on Hunger Kadar. Whatever that
I am
is.
curious. I
Was it
am
concentration or
curious,
constitution?
and since that
Concentration.
disappeared
It's
forever, I
constitution.
can't ask now.
Constitution, okay.
Would when the time
16?
came.
Yeah, it's above 10.
Yep, okay. So
I
you
don't
said
know
20
why
feet
he
at
meant
11
that,
o'clock?
like, when he
Correct.
said, like,
Okay.
oh,
Aladdin kicks up some wind, and Dakar is hit with a couple items that kick up from the deck and thrown back into the sea. And we'll go to Eric.
Wonderful. So first thing Erikar is going to do is do a second level cure wounds on himself. So that's 11 points of healing. Question, can he see the inside of the boat from where these cannons are sticking out?
It's through the gun ports. Yeah, the ship is sitting at a height where it's about eye level. That's how the cannon was able to hit you in the first place. You can see into these gun ports. It's not a great field of view in there.
But I do have line of sight.
That's a
I'll
dangerous
let you roll
question.
perception. I won't count it as an action. Go ahead and roll perception.
Not in terms of attacking, but if I wanted to say Misty step inside of the ship.
Oh yeah, you absolutely.
I can't
Wonderful.
kill you in there.
Well, Erikar's pissed, so he's going inside the ship. He's not seen using other magic often outside of like the healing spirit, but Erikar just disappears in mist. But then you hear from inside the ship,
Okay.
"Listen here, you little shit!"
Erikar, feel free to place yourself on top of this one goat, and I will place the NPCs in the goat as well there, but we'll just keep in mind that they are, in fact,
Below deck.
under the ship.
Sound of a bunch of ruckus.
Time for a ball
Alright.
in a china shop.
I was planning on going down there at some point myself.
That takes us to Vincent then, if you're done, Erikar.
Yeah, that's all I can do.
All right.
Okay. Well, the closest meat bag is right over there. So Vincent is rushing up to this man. And he prepares his hammer, his war hammer. Does it hit?
It does indeed.
Cave his fucking skull in.
Yeah. Reaches back and throws it.
How do you do it, Vincent? You murderer?
Murderer.
Well, yeah. It just comes up on the top of this man's head. He forces it to the top of their skull. There's, of course, a crunch. Their eyes sort of almost pop out. Blood is everywhere, and they crumple to the floor.
Poor Ayla.
Yeah, Ayla gets a little stranger's blood on her once again.
She has
But he's
prestidigitation.
dead.
She's okay.
Anything else from you?
I do get
Vincent.
one more attack. And we are going to fire a gun at memory.
Okay.
Does a 19 hit?
It does.
Bang.
Lots of damage.
Kensei with a gun. It's fucking scary.
Is that all?
And
Vincent?
hold on, I did not keep track of where I was. I think I was here.
Okay, if you moved to shoot memory.
15 and 35. So that's what? That's 50? No, hold on, because I need to go
Yeah,
here. Okay, yeah. So Vincent has enough movement, so he's going to jump on board this ship. And then that will be his turn.
Okay. Vincent, memory, and now that you're close enough to her, you can see her wound isn't really bleeding. You can kind of piece together she's not fully alive, but she looks pissed off. A very pissed wolf here. And she'll approach you, get right up in your face, and cast a spell. And let me do some measurements. Not a cone. Darn. Okay, so she's going to lash out at you with this kind of ethereal cutlass that she has. And then suddenly, in the blink of an eye, she is by Ayla and attacks Ayla with the same. I'm going to roll to hit both of you.
What the fuck?
Vincent does a 19 hit.
It does.
It does. Ayla does a 18 hit.
It does not.
It does not. So she brandishes her blade, and against you, Vincent, there is... ...39 points of force damage.
Oh!
Holy shit.
Wait, is this the
Ayla.
disintegration blade from fucking...
On
It is a real spell that she has used. Ayla, she's suddenly at your side and strikes out at you, but you're able to duck out of her way, and that is her turn.
Vincent looks fucked up. He does not look good at all.
Be thankful I forgot to retaliate with the curse she put on you. We'll go to Bright Eyes.
Unfortunately, I do have to leave at this time.
Oh.
If any of you would like to play Maleficent in terms of combat, you're very much welcome to. But I have to hop out for now. Thank you for the game. Obviously, you
I'm not
guys-
sure I trust myself with a character that
Yeah.
eyebrow.
But
Right. Have a good
are
night,
in,
Mel.
Good night,
Good night.
Have a good night.
So that's the discussion. Do you want to see this battle to its end and someone else can try playing Malfasani, or do you want to get back to Malfasani's turn and call it a night? What would you like to do?
I'm up for getting to his turn and then calling it,
Yeah.
so that we can pick up with him.
the ones that
starting.
have a
Number 2,
Yeah.
my lord.
Okay, yeah, that's totally fine, and we can pick up again the same battle a week from tomorrow.
Yippee.
Yeah. We can definitely do that.
But that brings us to Bright Eyes.
You're kind of fucked up. 10. Okay. I'm going to ready the alchemical extruder. I'm going to fire a barrage upon this vessel. First, I'm going to shoot directly at Vincent. A gaseous, sparkling cloud. You do have some glitter on you, and you will heal for 12.
Okay.
And immediately after, I point the device at Aladdin and say, "More fire! More fire!" Firebolt as my action. I assume a 13 just whizzes by.
It does indeed. He's still got this cyclone kind of up, and the fire gets caught in a tailwind and whirs off to the side of the vessel.
Oh, shoot. I mean, yar!
Never taking them ever again, no.
Okay, that's my turn.
Okay. Ayla. Ooh, sorry. Bright Eyes, do you get something with your flaming sphere?
If I had a bonus action, yes. The flaming sphere would
Gotcha.
normally do AoE damage around it. However, you said Aladdin is like floating up.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
he's
in
only
order-
6 inches to a foot off the ground, but he's floating.
Okay, well, if they're sticking near it, they are flammable. So, make a dex save
Gotcha.
for
That is
minimum damage.
a crit on the dex save.
Okay, so they take 3.
A waste, really. Okay. He is singed a bit, and we'll go to Ayla properly.
Let's see. So is Memory like actually beside me? at the
She
moment?
is. She is there in the flesh now, yeah.
Okay. Would Dimension Door trigger a reaction?
No, I don't believe so.
Okay.
Not unless they have Mage Slayer.
Okay. Then she will use her Dimension Door and travel. See, she can go 200 feet. Hold on. 200. Okay, so I can go anywhere I can see or visualize. So she will come right here. And then she will, with her bonus action, cast Healing Word at the 3rd level on Vincent. So that is
Aww.
it is an extra 12 healing.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
We've got 3
And
different
that is
sources of healing
Our
word on this
turn.
crew.
Okay, Ayla, with you suddenly being so close, Gobadai catches you out of the corner of his eye, and even though he's still engaged in Malfasani, he's going to use another legendary action as he, as if it was a pistol on the hip of a gunslinger, pulls out his rifle and shoots it in your direction.
Is he quick
That is
scoping you?
Indeed, he is. That's a 33 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Damn. Should have given y'all some extra potions.
For 16 piercing damage.
Okay. Wait, I think I have a reaction. Oh no, that's melee, so never mind. You said if it's for how much?
16 piercing.
Okay.
Okay, and that brings us finally tonight to Dakar.
All right.
Okay.
So, reminder: I have 40
Gotcha,
feet
gotcha.
of movement speed in the water.
I believe I
So I'm gonna move
comprehended
5,
now.
10, and then climb 15.
We'll find out
up,
next
which brings
time
me to
on the
25.
next episode of Dragon Ball Z.
I don't know how you want to rule transitioning from being in the water to being on land.
Oh my God, Pyra.
We'll say
Every
you
short
moved. What's your maximum movement on land?
to be called.
Okay, so you've used 15.
Episode
Well,
of
so I moved
Dragon
10
Ball
in the
Saren-
water, then climbed
or
15
Saren Row
up,
Z
which
or
was
whatever.
25, and then another 5 to make it an even 30 to move onto the deck.
Gotcha. I mean, I'll say you have at most 5 more feet of movement then.
Okay. Right back with this guy. It is always fun to go for another dip in the sea.
So there
And
was
I'm going
one
to
in
make a
and one
cutlass attack on
out,
him.
which
27?
therefore the middle one was.
That will hit.
For 6 points of
Okay, okay,
slashing.
okay.
I don't know if he's maintaining concentration on anything.
Oh, what?
He is not, no.
Okay, so second cutlass attack. Ooh,
Trying
14.
to.
A 14 will miss.
All right, and
Stop being so disrespectful.
mind you, the first cutlass attack did reduce his movement speed by 10 feet.
Another
Kind of
asthma.
And the tentacle, with a 12.
Yes, we have been getting tomes out of it.
I want to end this.
I got 110 so far.
I want to end this quickly. Do you
where
want
we
to take
going?
the 18 as the roll?
Oh,
Are you using
drugs.
another
Yeah,
lucky charge?
right.
We'll keep a consistent roll again for Lucky.
Wait.
Okay. 18.
An 18 will hit.
All right. For 5 points of cold, reducing his movement speed by another 10 feet.
Okay, so that's 15 feet of his movement altogether.
20. Because 10 feet from slasher, 10 feet from the tentacle.
Got it. Yeah, he's looking pretty rough. In fact, he's on top of floating. He's somewhat translucent. You can see light through him, but the more you hit at him, the less translucent he becomes. He seems to be materializing before you.
Weird.
All right, and that is Dakar's turn.
Okay. Gobadai is likely to hit Malfasani, so we'll call it right there.
Perfectly
Sounds
fine.
good.
Wait, likely to
Pick up.
hit or likely to attempt?
Well, likely to attempt to hit Malfasani, yes.
Wonderful.
I
It's on this
apologize for all
battle
the
next
background stuff today.
time. You're good.
It's you switched out like ancient old growly mic for a brand new mic, and now there's two of you.
But
Can't
did-
believe you fucking
one?
bodied me with a cannon.
I can't either. The odds of it are not high, but I was faithful to the rules.
Yeah.
I took 2 fucking cannon shots and I'm still standing.
Memory is scary.
Memories. I'm about to become a memory.
That was a steel wind strike, which she could have hit up to 5 people with if you were close enough. Bright Eyes was just out of range, unfortunately.
Steel
Unfortunately,
wind strike.
Unfortunately. for
That
me.
sounds like super advanced fighter stuff.
Yeah, it's a
No,
5th level spell that can deal 6d10 force damage to up to 5 people.
Oh,
well,
How?
Y'all have ridiculous characters, so I'm just trying to balance what I.
I don't have a ridiculous character.
Yeah, I don't have a ridiculous character either. I just have ridiculous roles.
No, you
Yes.
have ridiculous character, but your character's not ridiculously built. Unless you're talking about the picture, in which yes, they
I
are
have a
ridiculously built.
narratively ridiculous character. I don't have a fucking mechanically ridiculous character.
look,
Erikar has done very well, though. You were right.
yeah, stealing all the crits for everybody else.
Listen,
I'm
I missed my
glad that
first
your
2
bomb was
shots,
perfect.
okay?
Did miss. Yeah, you didn't get to do much there. I'm glad for the crit on the bomb creation, though. That was good fun.
You know what? I'm happy to play a support because I'm not actually playing a support. I'm just playing a narratively offensive character.
for years.
I in my defense, I did not build the car purposely. I just went with the theme of a character.
They just
And
ended
this is
up
what came out.
ridiculous.
All of your characters are phenomenal. I'm having a great time.
Time to steal the car for later campaign use. Hi,
What do you
you're
mean
the new
steal the
villain
car?
now.
Wait, you're gonna make the car a villain in one of your campaigns?
Just the idea of them.
I was gonna say, if you want to purposely make him a villain, then you need to rope me in. I need to provide a voice for this man.
Your
all
voice will
villains,
definitely be
Gilliard.
there.
What was that, Ferb?
Your voice will definitely be there.
Are you recording me? Wait, yes, you are.
I was about to-
Well, if you're watching,
Vincent will one day remember that he has a D4.
All right.
Fuck.
Well,
I
it's
even, like-
fair. Memory cursed Vincent and forgot to do anything with it, so we're even.
Aha! Oh, the effects
I
are
kept
undo
myself,
each
like,
other.
remember,
Okay,
you have a
okay,
D4,
okay.
you have a D4, and then I fucking forgot.
Hey, you should make a post-it note.
I should. I lost
love
all my post-it notes, though.
Well,
Yeah, someone may want to make note of that so everybody remembers for next session.
thank you very much for the game, and thank you all for your continued existence.
Like
Yeah,
that.
Thank
I
you
was-
for
I
being
was
for
Thank
among
you.
joining
start-
us.
Thank you for
Don't-
trying to
don't-
one-shot me, Hammond.
That could have. Before the shenanigans you pulled, there were up to 4 people that could shoot cannons, and you got them down to 2. So, well done.
You took me down to 4 HP in 1 round.
The fact that I rolled a 5 on my first ever cannon shot is delightful.
Yeah, the guy
No,
was
no, it's
probably
not.
like really happy until a big ass bull appeared in front of the behind them.
Yes, I can't wait to see the reaction to Erikar just appearing behind them and yelling.
That's
could've
straight out of a horror movie.
It could have been over 70 damage, Erikar. It could almost have one-shot you.
I would have.
What
I,
is
I was
that?
gonna make that Dakar's next move. Was instead of climbing back on top of the deck, he was gonna climb in through one of the
okay,
cannon
so that's how they
ports
go
on the other
boom.
side
That's the order, and they
Nice.
and
they
wreak
go
havoc
boom.
under the deck. But then Erikar beat me to it.
I mean, I could.
You might
I
still
could.
want to. I only have 15 health right now, and I'm against 2 others.
Look, you know what you do? You're a Minotaur, right? You're big. You can charge people. You can push people around. Throw them
Oh,
in the
no!
hunger of
That
Hadar.
was too far.
I can't see that far. I'm inside now. I got 10 feet. That's it.
Where's your Oreo?
Outside!
Well, have it fly in.
That's gonna take more than 1 turn of movement. He's usually, as Erikar's name suggests, up high to get a bird eye view.
Yeah, I mean, but Gobadai has his bird on his shoulder and moves with it and shares movement with him.
Yes, but Averin is high up. It's going to take more than one turn for him to get to Erikar.
So, what's the public opinion on murder of Oro?
Murder of what?
Murdering the birds, the AVR.
Malfasani is very much against it.
Lore-wise,
If it's in the way,
people
it has
usually
to go.
Lore-wise, people usually kill Oyos on sight.
Oyos, Zoltas, and Piku Pikus are not crowd favorites. They are rare because of how frequently they are killed. Others are treasured.
So
in a lot of cultures, a couple of them are very highly regarded.
So no one would mind if this one goes missing.
Look, Vincent's mentality here is if it's in the way, it has to go.
Okay. I'm going to stop the recording here.
Onomatopoeia.
Yeah.